Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Tuesday, September the 8th, the year's 2020. Let's talk trading. Price moves. Now, we all know these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. Trading is extremely risky. You can lose all of your money. If you need trading, investment, or financial advice, seek the advice of an accredited financial professional. So why am I stating the obvious price moves? Well, if you think about it, if you've been listening to my videos, watching my videos for a while, most of what I say is obvious. But oftentimes the obvious goes unseen because it's obvious. It's something that you don't think about because it's obvious. But it's these little facts that can sometimes make the difference between profit and loss. So I'll tell you what, let's run through the charts here and then we will get on with the price moves. So we can see here we still haven't filled the gap on the pound dollar, big gap there, and you can see price moved all the way 214 pips from the weekly open. And you can see here price moved out of the range of the opening range for the week here, and it's also moved out of the opening range for the year here. The first trading day of the year, first trading day of the week, price moved right out of it, out of that range. Once again, simple horizontal line trades. And price has moved 211 pips off the open. That's the yearly open, 334 off the monthly open, and 212 off the weekly, and 123 off the daily. So price is moving in a downward direction. But once again, that's obvious, right? And you can see price went to that inside bar that happened 16 days ago and right through it, 42 pips below the low of that inside bar from 16 days ago. And price just about hit the low of the weekly inside bar from 4 weeks ago and then reversed. You can see lots of inside bar trades pick up today. Oh, in fact, there was somebody who asked me about inside bars, so hopefully you're watching, listening to the video. And they wanted to know, they were, I think, on the M15 chart, and they were asking, can they, should they use the inside bar on M15, or do they need to move up a time frame or down a time frame? Doesn't matter. I mean, I'm on the daily chart here. I've got a daily inside bar, weekly inside bar, and I think if I scrunch it down enough, you can see there's the monthly inside bar. So, you know, this is for the upper 3 time frames, but you can do it for whatever time frames you want. You can put on one set of inside bar, you could put on more. And the indicator, if you want to use multiple copies, just make sure each copy has a different tag. So there was tag 1 or tag 0, tag 1, and tag 2. So give it different tags. That way the objects have different names. That's how you can use the same indicator more than once. Now, price moves, you can see we got a bunch of pairs over 100 pips in range today. Once again, you can see how price broke out of the previous day's low. Missed the pivot point. So if you took, there was a long trigger here, but you could see nothing happened. You probably should have scratched that trade if you went long there, because nothing was happening. Then you can see it just dropped down short through the sell zone, and it's just been shorts. But it's time, just about time for the green rats to start feasting. You can see here they had a nice little feast. If you entered somewhere here, I think you got the punch out at 56. So there was maybe 20, 25 pips to be had if you were getting on the boat right before that ship sailed. Right there, you can see, though, looks like the green rats might get another opportunity. 160 pip range. Okay, weekly pivot is way up here. We haven't hit it. In fact, we just about touched the weekly S2 right here for the pivot traders. And you can see here we haven't hit that week's pivot. And on the daily, we missed today's. But did we take out any? I think they were already all taken out. So we haven't taken out. So we've got 2 missed for this month and 4 missed for July. And those July ones must be way. If I scrunch the chart down, you can see those missed pivots. But some of these are from a long, long, long time ago. 612 days, 613, 617, 618 days ago. Wick zone. Boom, and out. Okay. Looking at these little scalper type trades, you can see once again price moving, playing off of the dots. You can see on the range, once again, daily range, the hourly range, you can see here, once again, healthy ranges. You can trade from line to line, thinking if it opens between 2 lines, if these lines are 10 pips apart, the range is 20, you can't fit 20 into 10, so it has to leave that area, and you can see it did. So there was opportunity to take some profit. And you can see here we've got a DSR trade. Looks like it's getting ready to set up. Scalper indicators not indicating it because this is M5, but this is M1. So if we switch over to the M5 time frame, you can see why we didn't get a signal. On the H1, once again, stripping the chart down to just candle color and horizontal lines. You can see price moves, candle color at the line. Here we go, candle color at the line, candle color at both lines. Right here, candle color at the line. And it didn't quite hit the 20. It was 20.6. Don't rush these trades, boys and girls and non-binary traders. You got to let it hit it. You rush it, you can see what happens. And sometimes it might just touch it, go through, and then you're going to have to either scratch the trade right there, right there. Not every trade's going to be a winner because price moves. The thing is, you think it's going to move one way, and then it moves the other way. But it's moving, and that's why we can trade, because if price didn't move, there'd be no trading, right? I mean, it's obvious. But what makes it so hard? It's like you pick a direction, and why does price seem to go against you? I mean, it happened to me a couple times today. I pick a direction, and then in fact, what was it? Let me see if I can see where it was. I think it was this trade. It was right here. I was playing the 40. You can see it opened above the mid dot, and as soon as I clicked enter, boom, it went against me almost like 10 pips. It was like, you gotta be kidding. But, that happens. But you have to kind of put things in perspective. price moves, the market doesn't know who I am. It doesn't care about me. I put the trade on. Sometimes I quote unquote guess right, and sometimes I guess wrong. And in this particular case, I guessed wrong. And as you can see, price is moving. And so here it opened above the mid dot. Maybe you could have taken a pip off of that trade. And, we've talked about stacking bricks, stacking pips, stacking, the bills. And in fact, I was talking with Walmart, another trader today, and he said something about the other trader was saying, well, I would do it different if I was trading $100 a pip. I go, that there's your mistake right there. Because when you're in the trade, now this is difficult for some to understand. You're really focused on the pips. Okay, now you're paying attention to the dollars from a money management, but actually in the trade you're looking at pips. You're seeing how far is price moving, because we measure it in pips. But pips can be worth a dime, a dollar, $10, $100, $1,000. And he was saying about trading $100 a pip and how it would be hard for him to do. And it's no different than trading a dime a pip. It's what goes on inside your head. That's why you got to get your brain management right. Because if you sit there and go, oh, it's just a pip, and you're trading a dime a pip, well, you're going to carry that over to $100 a pip if you ever make it to that level. And chances are, with that mindset, you're not going to make it to that level. And it's like Walmart is saying, he and I have different personalities. And he said, he put on a trade and he got 3 pips and he was happy because that's what he wanted out of the trade. He goes, okay, I want to put this trade on. I want to get 3 pips. I put the trade on and I don't think I want 3 pips. I think I want to make money. I want to, get what I can get. I want to follow the dots. And I was in a trade and it ran up. Actually, I think here's what happened. I was in a trade on the pound and it ran up and I had a chance to take a couple of pips and I didn't, and it reversed on me. And then it went back up and it went back down, went back up, and finally I jumped out. But when I jumped out, I wasn't really following the dots. So I said, I need to follow the dots. So then the next trade, get in, and I'm up 5 pips. I go, okay, I'm going to follow the dots. I move my stop loss up to break even +1, and price slams right down and takes me out, and I got like 0.4. It's just like, okay, I guess I used up all my luck over the weekend because I held the trade over the weekend. I was short and it gapped down 20 pips and I had a TP and it was way past my TP, so I got more money out of the trade than what I was shooting for. So like I said, I think I used up my luck for the week. And then the next trade, I go in, it goes up about 3, it comes back down, it goes up 3, I punch out, and I said, you know what, it's going to run to 40. And sure enough, I was out at like 33 and it ran all the way to 40. And it was like, okay. But you see, the thing is, you have to have a plan. You have to, know yourself, know what you're going to do under certain circumstances. So if you're following the dots, you follow the dots. If you're trading a 10-5-1, you trade a 10-5-1. And if you're just going across a line thinking, just give me a pip, just give me a pip, then that's okay too. Because price is going to move. It's just whether or not it moves, for you or against you at the moment. But it's not really moving for or against you. It's moving, and the way from the place you put your trade on, it's moving against that position. But, price is going to move. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to vacillate. And that's just the way price moves. And you just have to trade it the best way you can. Because it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. And if you're new here, remember to click subscribe. TheRumpledOne, over and out.